Hi friends, it is art day today. Yay! I normally don't look so fancy on art day, but supplies are needed. So I decided to make myself feel nice, try to convince myself that autumn is upon me by putting on my beautiful little bird scarf. It's my favorite. And I'm about to head out the door after, of course, Simon's interview with Patrick Valenza. I'm excited about it. I need canvases today. I think I might try some inks. Today I'm doing acrylics. Like, I play around with a lot of different medias. I do watercolor with sketches. I do regular watercolors. I do acrylic pours. I do like pours with like manipulations. Like, I'll do like swirls and dots and all kinds of fun stuff. But today I want to work a lot on my just acrylic art in general, because I find myself to be super critical of my acrylic art. So it's just a lesson in being kind to myself and not freaking out over like mistakes. Like, there's no mistakes in art, right? You just flow with it a different way. So I'm like training my brain to just release that strict everything has to be perfect rule. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna be flowing with that, maybe doing some drip paintings and messing with inks, which I have never done, but I saw a technique and I'm dying to try it. So I'm gonna go snatch me up some canvases and some other swag for my artwork today. Linen is usually out of the house on Saturday, which she just left. She was like, I'm going to my Mimi's, which is her grandmother's house. So she got dressed and walked over just a second ago. And Jacob is at work. He's at school. He has school on Saturdays. So Saturdays are usually my quiet time where I get to do my art all day long. So that's what we're going to do today. And of course, because of this upcoming interview, I chose the Deviant Moon today. Of course. Now, I do not have any other decks by Patrick. But there's a few that I wouldn't mind having in my collection. But for me, what drew me to him eventually, because I was very resistant, what drew me to him was his storytelling. And then when I dove into the little white book, I was like, I have to have more. And I got the big Deviant Moon book. I have a passion for people who know how to tell a story. I love it. I always say that I come from a line of storytellers. I used to sit around and listen to my great-grandparents, who mostly spoke Cajun French, but I watched them tell stories. And regardless if I understood everything they were saying, just the body language and the way that they told a story was just intriguing to me. And then my grandparents, who coincidentally like to tell their stories in Cajun French so the kids don't know, watching them speak and listening to their stories when they would tell them to us in English when we got a little older. It's just been a really big part of my life, and I love to tell a story. And my main memories of my granny, aside from, teaching me how to sew and, a couple of other things, my granny was a storyteller at heart. She would get so into it. It was like hands everywhere and loud voices and in your face and banging out. Like, she loved to tell a story and just express herself fully in that way. And I did get it from her. Sorry. Phone things, man. So anyway, yeah, that's definitely where I get it from. And it's really funny because in our house, Jacob and I will be talking about something or telling a story or discussing something, and like everything gets real big. You know what I mean? Like, oh, and let me tell you this, girl, blah, 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 blah. And even Lennon will be like, are y'all arguing? Like, she's just learned to ask. And we're like, no, girl, we just talking. It's just how we communicate. Sorry to be all snotty. Ooh. Anyway, so that's what drew me in and made me a fan, was his ability to tell a story. So let's go ahead and see what the Deviant Moon has to tell us today. Oh, I just don't feel like I have anywhere else to go with this. Oh, the Two of Pentacles. And with this one, I feel like there's such a smooth motion, you know? Whereas like some other Two of Pentacles, I feel like it's definitely got that tension and it's harder to move. It's just about like, oh, keep it balanced. Whereas like this just feels so fluid. And I think that's because in belly dancing, there's such a structure and fluidity, even though it is sort of rigid because there's a very specific way to do it. But you just feel the flow, right? You just feel it moving. And I feel like that's what it is about today. That's what I'm getting from this card today, is just about handling everything in its stride. Move with it. Flow with it. Just don't get caught up in the mechanics of everything, right? And I feel like that really speaks to what I talked about just a while ago in my artwork. Like I have this tendency to get kind of critical and get into the mechanics of things, like, oh, that didn't spread like I wanted it to. Doesn't matter. Go with it. Don't be so rigid. Don't create problems where there are none. That's what we're not doing today. We're not creating problems today. We are just going at our skills in the way that we know that we can, and we're not going to put a wrench in it when there is none. I like it. Such wisdom from these cards. So I'm sure I'll catch some of you guys on the chat. And if not, I will definitely see you tomorrow. I'll probably post this after the chat because it's about that time. It's getting close. So we'll see you guys later. Much love. Bye.